You do it all without breaking a sweat, and you do it all in style. From being a boss exec to the Tuesday yoga to the kids' homework, family dinners, lunches, brunches, trips to the vet, and a weekend getaway that's anything but a getaway. That's why Infiniti fully reimagined the QX60 to help you conquer it all with ease. Even when you have back-to-back conference calls, on top of kids' basketball practices, not to mention your side hustle. A luxury SUV as functional as it is stylish and as versatile as it is serene. Available features like seating for up to 7 passengers, a suite of active safety features, and massaging front seats. Introducing the all-new Infiniti QX60, designed to help you conquer life in style. Legal, now with extremely limited availability. Contact your local retailer for inventory information. Hola, welcome to episode 80 of Word to Your Mama. This is Relative 16. Relatives is a podcast within a podcast. Relatives explores a true story of how a first-generation Mexican girl, that's me, and a Black girl, that's Nyysha, meet in South Bay, San Diego, and become relatives. We discuss Black and brown unity, hip-hop, overcoming trauma, crazy movie-type moments, navigating life, and so much more. Black and brown unity por vida. Today's episode was recorded the day after my born day. That is correct. May, Taurus season, Daudos. You mess with the bull, you get the horns, you know what I'm spraying. And we discuss birthdays. We discuss the Mones, what we call quote unquote the Mones, the mind, long COVID, I'll be sure, Redhead Kingpin, DJ KSlay / Des, R.I.P. And then we get into one of the stories we were anticipating since we started this episode is when I get jumped by her boyfriend at a football game in high school. That sounds worse than what it was. So we go into this full story. I get suspended. I get him kicked out. It's a whole thing. But then there's also insight, far removed from that situation. This was high school kids. I get to see for the first time, because of this podcast, the types of things that Nye had to go through dealing in high school with her boyfriend and her best friend, her relative, not liking each other, and then it just culminates and ends with this. I think, I never thought of that. I never thought of her situation, and it's very interesting. And it's something that, she discusses that helped her get ready for life, where you spend your energies, how you balance the energies, and how complicated it was because I didn't like him. So yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, let's get into that. And then, of course, as always, after the section will be the Supernatural Bear section. We'll see what he has to say. I don't know. I never have an idea. So yeah, let's get into this.
Hey. We're on. What's up? I keep thinking like, okay, so now you are my age. I don't know if we're gonna say your age, but you're my age.
I don't care. Age. I don't care because you know what? We look good. We look good. We don't look our age.
Right.
I mean, like, right. I'm not saying like I looked 20 years younger, some bullshit, some unrealistic shit like that. But when I tell people my age, they're like, oh, word? And I was like, yeah. They think I'm at least like early 40s, late 30s or something like that.
Late 30s,
you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And I wanted to talk about this. Real quick because it's the reality of what happens, It's the reality when when you're not on social media and your days are crazy because like I don't, days of the numbers of the day, like the 17th, 18th, or whatever. That's as a entrepreneur. Those went out the window a long time ago, right? Weekends
you're
don't
ahead of the game.
Because you're just working, like because it doesn't matter. Like I'm working on the weekends, I'm working on the days. So the only reason why I know what days are is that's been helping is the supernatural bears, because of school, he's on certain days he has classes, because I have meetings, you know what I'm saying? And because I'm on certain social media still, Facebook, I could give a fuck, but like Twitter, you know what I'm saying? Like that, like that's on a daily and stuff like that. So I just wanted to give you a hard time because you forgot you thought it was the day after.
I forgot the day, not even your birthday, the day.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
And I wanted to give you a hard time, but also because this happened to me last month with a good friend. You know what I mean? But I felt, but it was like you I got a text because we are of a certain age, so we got I call it the moans. I tell the fellas, I was like, it's my moans, perimenopausal over here. And so I was up at 4:00 in the morning because I was too hot, right? Always. Hot flash, whatever, it's too hot. So before I went to sleep, I was telling Rocco, I was like, you know who forgot my birthday? I was like, my relative. And he was like, oh, word? And I was like, yeah. I was like, she must have been going through something, right? Because you never forget. So, so I get a text and you're like, happy birthday. I was like,
with all the emojis.
Yeah. And I was like, wrong day.
I was like, no, your birthday is the 17th.
I was like, that was yesterday.
I was like, oh, yes. And I was, oh, shit. I look at my calendar because, like, I don't have it all big on my phone. It's all in the corner. I'm like, oh, my gosh, it's too much. So I was like, I'm going to give her a hard time, knowing that we were going to record today. And I was like, I'm going to give her a hard time because I'm going to tell her that I did, work. To me, what I did was worse because I was doing so much shit. And it's my homegirl who lives in New Zealand, Liberty. She's one of the re-reaps. The reason why I say we reap at the end, and it was her birthday, and also because she's a whole nother day ahead, right? She's she's in the future. Yes. So if I miss a day or two, then I miss 2 days, 3 days. Do you know what I mean? Yes.
So when I realized, I was devastated. Do you know? I was devastated that I wasn't smart enough to put reminders, you know what I'm saying? Because usually it's like, oh, Facebook reminds you. I'm not on that shit anymore. We're not on that shit anymore. I mean, I have one, but I'm not on it. And so I was like, shit. So I sent her a video. I look like shit, and I sent her a video. I think I was almost in tears because I felt so bad. You know what I'm saying?
You're definitely gonna feel bad. Yeah,
we don't have that much, guys. When you get older, we don't got that much, but we got a birthday. Do you know what I'm saying? My relative, she gets shafted because her birthday's on Christmas.
Some people, they hit me up a week late. Happy birthday on New Year's. I'm like, yeah, that was last week, but
exactly. So like so we don't got much, guys. We don't got much. So a birthday, and it's not like you gotta send a present or you gotta do you don't gotta do shit. Just like, you know what? Happy birthday.
Hit me up. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Feliz born day, I like to, my favorite thing is if I have a picture of you solo, a picture of us together, I love putting pictures on Insta stories and then finding like funny songs or songs that remind us from back in the days or something. That's my favorite thing to do, right?
Nice.
So I was like, I'm gonna harass Nye, but also re-apologize to Liberty because for sure she didn't forget my birthday. Like, do you know what I mean? Like they didn't forget my birthday, and
for sure.
So I just wanted to say that. But so, how are you doing, relative?
Yeah, this certain age is creeping big time. Like I'm feeling good as far as like physically feeling good. I could stand to lose a few pounds or so, but that ain't the worst of it all. But the mind. It's how about my groomer hit me up, dude? I went to pick up the dog yesterday. I took the dog to the groomers. She was like, oh, I'm gonna be a certain amount of time. I said, oh, I'll just wait outside. As I'm waiting, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pay her because Cash App. Boom, I'm gonna pay her. Boom, do it. So this morning she hits me up. oh, just want to let you know you didn't pay me. What?
Wrong.
I was like, oh,
Incorrect.
I was like, I hope I didn't pay anybody else.
Some stranger.
But I looked through. Did I not press send?
You didn't press send. Or you thought of it. You thought and envisioned the entire thing, and it didn't go down. You know what that is, Nye? It's brain fog. It's the Mones. It's the Mones.
And with COVID too, after I got COVID,
COVID.
2020, it was really bad. So
I forgot about that. Long COVID.
It's ridiculous. And I'm like with the short terms, like, you know, at work sometimes I'll be like, oh, I got to do X, Y, and Z. Boom, turn around. What did I say I have to do? That's kind of getting better now. It's like I'm forgetting like other things. Like didn't press send. What the heck? It's crazy.
What supplements? Did we talk about this already? What supplements?
Right now, I'm just taking, like for the immune system, zinc, quercetin.
So you're not taking anything for the menopause?
No, because I have ovaries.
Yeah, so I'm gonna send you some things to try
because I need them.
It's helped me significantly. My brain fog was really bad a couple of years ago. Like when we first moved out here, it was bad. And it was bad because it was as bad as the symptoms of the hyperparathyroidism that I had. It was that bad, right? And then it came back. It was okay. And then it came back. And then the doctor was like, oh, you know, you were already trying to balance your hormones after your surgery, but now they did the test. They need to do the test on you, Nye.
Okay, so you got to give me the, like, whatever the name of the test. I'm going to shoot my doctor this thing on my chart.
Yeah, it's just they test you in the beginning of your cycle, the middle of your cycle, and the end of your cycle. You just go and draw blood. That's it. And then they just test your estrogen levels and your progesterone levels.
Oh, okay. Well, I get that every year. Like once a year, every like January, February, I try to do all that.
No. You have, in 1 month, you have to go like 3 times. Yeah, because you go at the beginning of your cycle.
But I don't have a cycle.
Oh, see that. So you're gonna have to talk to your doctor to see how that works.
Okay.
Maybe it's the beginning of the month, middle of the month, end of the month. I don't know. Because it's that would be interesting. Keep us posted. I'm interested in that. Because how do they? What do they determine? So, anyways, they saw them. She's like, oh yeah, you're already starting perimenopause because your estrogen's low pretty much all the time. And estrogen, low estrogen, because people don't tell you this. We're putting you up on game right now, guys.
Okay,
for your youngsters, you're putting you up on game. Everything that I was going through, and I would go to my doctor, and then she would tell me, I would tell Rock, I was like, did you? I go, no one told us this. Perimenopausal, which means the period before you go to menopause, which is when you stop bleeding. And you're not in menopause until so I don't know how it is for you, but you're not considered to be in menopause until you've gone 12 consecutive months without a period, right? So you don't have to deal with this, but the rest of us, some were like, oh shit, I'm about to be in menopause 3 months down, and then all of a sudden it comes back with a vengeance, right? So then you have to restart and redo. But perimenopause could be from a couple of years to 10 fucking years.
Insane. Horrible.
Low estrogen. Look this up, kids. Low estrogen. Estrogen lubricates your joints. So low estrogen, your joints hurt. Ding, ding. Ding, ding.
Neon hurt.
Yeah, low estrogen, brain fog, anxiety, like shit that you never felt before. My anxiety is on like crazy. Like it could be, and what helps is walking. It says like to work out, it shouldn't be anything crazy because then you're just building more cortisol. So basically it's like your body's stressing. So the best type of workout is like, if you're going to do weights, do like slow reps, walk. Walk is going to help you get your cortisol levels down. Walking,
I've been walking a lot too.
I couldn't lose weight for shit because of the Mones, right? That's what happens. That's why a lot of people gain weight. You know, we get, especially Latinas, we get all roly-poly, like we get a little, you know, and it's the menopause. It's the Mones. So, but walking and eating certain types of foods, taking these supplements. So because I can't take hormones because the high risk factor of breast cancer, and I have it in my family. So my doctor's like, oh, here, take these natural supplements that will help you with your levels. I'm gonna give you 2. Talk to your doctor first, and then see and tell her like these are the ones, and see if that's gonna help. But it's made a tremendous difference. I've been able to lose weight finally.
Nice.
And you know, and it's not like a grip of weight. It's water retention,
the extra shit,
and fat. Like it's not like I didn't lose 20 pounds, but even my doctor, like when I went the year later, she goes, oh, she's like, you lost weight. I go, my chart says I only lost a couple of pounds, but I've lost like water and all these other things. My clothes fit like looser.
Inches.
Yeah, it's like a whole different thing. So, anyways,
okay,
yeah, headaches, migraines, all kinds of shit come with perimenopausal. No one tells us this shit.
Right. They don't. You have to
So
learn
we
on
need
your
to know.
own.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, I'm old. But I was like, I'm not even that old though, dude. Like, I'm not that old.
That
and
part.
And you know what's been helping a lot? And I think I mentioned this last time. TikTok, aka TikTok.
Yes.
I follow black and brown hormonal experts that are confirming. They're like, yeah, estrogen lubricates your joints. That's why your hair starts falling out, because the estrogen is low and progesterone is low. You know what I'm saying? Like all these different things. So anyways.
Okay. We're on
We're at, you know, once in a blue moon, we'll have a little the Mones corner.
The Mones. Not the Mones, but the Mones.
The Mones.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
Okay, so what I wanted to talk about, which I put a note for last time, but I couldn't find my notes last time, so I forgot. So I had to, I don't know if you noticed, I had to take off the little special intro, a couple of seconds that intros relatives, because it's special ed. I got it made, but I don't have the rights to it and I don't want to get sued. So I had to take it off. You know what I'm saying? But I would, at the end of each episode, I'd be like, oh, you know, relatives intro by Howie T. So I would, you know, and I thought that was enough. And then I looked into it and it's not enough and I could still get sued. So I took it off. But I wanted to let the people know, remind the people, because this is Relative 16. For those that are new, the whole reason why we had that was because we were crazy special ed fans.
Crazy about special ed, for sure.
Special ed, and not like special education. Not special education.
Not
okay?
IEP cases. Not that.
No. If you're a hip hop head. You know, head, if you're younger, look up special ed. Look up I Got It Made. Look up all his albums. He's a classic. Like anyone who's anyone in hip hop, they love special ed.
For sure.
Respect due to special ed. So the fact that, you know, I had to take it off, it hurt me a little. It hurt your
soul. It hurts.
Hurt my soul a little bit. But just know it's in us. And the other thing I was going to talk about was we met and we bonded over our love for special ed. But who was the biggest I'll Be Sure fan?
Whoop, whoop, whoop. For sure. Yeah, I had all of the posters. Remember the Right On poster? I mean, the Right On magazines?
Yeah, Right On, yeah.
Well, it was another one, but I used to always get
Fresh?
Right On.
Wasn't like Fresh or something?
Like that? But I liked Right On because I liked how their posters were. So, oh man, I was a big I'll Be Sure and Michael Jackson fan, but I'll Be Sure for sure.
But Michael Jackson was that came earlier. We were we were younger and it was longer. It was a longer thing. But
junior
I'll
high.
Be Sure was junior high. You were all every time I see I'll Be Sure, I hear I'll Be Sure.
Do you want to win?
I think of you. I think of you.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I know, and it's so when I see it's funny. Just not too long ago, like some hours ago, I was just flicking through Instagram really quick. Boom. His son pops up on my thing because he was on this other. It just freaks me out how much his son looks like him.
Just fucking like him.
Insane. It's crazy.
I follow him on Tip Top.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just like his dad. Exactly like his dad. It's crazy.
Like exactly.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, you kind of look like your mom. You kind of look like
no.
Like,
a mini I'll Be Sure. But yeah, you loved him, and I don't know if I recorded or maybe you recorded. You probably recorded because you because you loved him so much. But like we mentioned before, I'd stay at your house as much as I could just to get away from my house. And you had all the VHS of videos, right? So like from Rap City, Video Soul,
Yo, MTV Rap,
like all that shit, you had it. So we didn't, it wasn't streaming, kids. It wasn't on demand. We had none of that shit.
Streaming.
None of that.
That's funny.
So it was like I'd go to your house and we're like, oh, put that tape in, and we'd start watching it. Da-da. Remember you had the tape? I think you let me borrow it, or I was able to, I don't know who we had the technology to let us do to dub it. Yeah, we dubbed it. So it was like a VHS to VHS, and then I got a copy, or maybe you just let me borrow it. But it was when Albie Shore and the boys were on Oprah Winfrey Show. Remember that?
Yes. I used to always rush home. 4 o'clock, Oprah Winfrey, had to
4
watch.
o'clock.
Boom. I think I learned a lot. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she helped us out a lot. You can't. There's no way.
No denying.
But Albie Shore, I remember. I remember Albie Shore, the boy. Oh, and Bobby Brown was on that episode too.
And we like knew the moves to his
every
video.
little step. Yeah, everything. But I remember. Oh, that's when everyone found out that Oprah couldn't dance on that episode. On that episode.
And so it began. Yes, Oprah can't dance for sure. She
can't dance.
It's like her and Mary J. They're stiff. Like I thought I was stiff, but they're stiff.
Oh, I forgot. You're part of that club.
No, I could dance. I could dance.
She tried to dance right now. Are you dancing or just rolling your neck?
Slow motion is messing up. Don't hate. Girl, that shit is hilarious.
So yeah,
man,
I'll be sure.
It's like what happened to certain people. What was Redhead Kingpin?
Redhead Kingpin. I wonder what. I was just thinking about him the other day.
That's crazy
because he was super cute, and I was like, I wonder what he looks like now. I gotta look him up. After this, I'm gonna look him up.
Because we loved D Nice, and we loved I felt like for us, because we were West Coast, we weren't knowing these people how the East Coast was known. Okay, so who just passed away? And everyone's like, oh, he was a DJ, he was this, he was that.
DJ KSlay.
¿Alguna vez has estado listo para sentarte y disfrutar de la televisión y luego te das cuenta que no sabes lo que quieres ver o incluso dónde empezar a buscar opciones? Cox Contour TV te facilita esa decisión con el entretenimiento que amas, todo en el mismo lugar. Mira televisión en vivo, programas en demanda, grabaciones de DVR y música. Todo con el sonido de tu voz, con el control remoto de Voz Contour. No solo encuentra los programas que estás buscando, sino que también brinda recomendaciones de romance, aventura o simplemente películas y disfruta. Si eres fanático de los deportes, captura la acción de golf y baloncesto que has estado esperando y obtendrás los puntajes, estadísticas y resúmenes en tiempo real en la aplicación Contour Sports. Y si te gusta la transmisión, solo dilo para que lo veas en tus aplicaciones de suscripción favoritas como Hulu, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus y más con Contour Stream Player. Obtén más información en cox.com/contour.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too. If you feel symptoms, even if they're mild, you should test fast. Test positive and at high risk for severe COVID-19? Then act fast with authorized oral treatments that can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms begin. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Learn about a treatment option at treatcv19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
And I'm like, I've never even heard of him. Maybe you
That's
have.
you. That's you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, maybe Marissa has because, you're more into music than I am. And But like growing up, I don't remember him. And as an adult, I don't remember him.
He's also, if you look him up, you know his music, you know the impact, you know all the songs. You're gonna be like, oh shit! But also, he, I can't because of the Mones right now. I can't think of his name. He is a legendary graffiti artist, and he was in Wild Style. So he's legend in the game, like hip hop legend. So
okay,
yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
that was like good times, man. Good era. Good. Like we didn't even know like we were in history. I mean, of course you don't, but sometimes nowadays things happen. You're like, this is history. But then we're younger and we're just like, hip hop has paved the way.
Yeah, we were very fortunate, man. Like very fortunate. DJ KSlay, he died. He was only 55.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was only 55. And then what is his?
And it's scary because I'm like, that's us. That's, that's us in some years.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely.
Dez was his graph name, and he's in Wild Style. So R.I.P. DJ KSlay, Dez. Yeah. So yeah, hip hop is always part of our lives, significant part of our lives.
In our heart.
Yeah, always. Okay, so where did we have a little bit more time? Where do you want to continue? You lead the way on the high school. Where are we at?
We're in high school. I feel like we are 11th grade, and you come into school. And and this is the time where it's like, okay, you have to figure, when I say you, really me, it's time to figure out friendships, relationships. Because I feel like when you weren't there, then I was, of course I was meeting people. So then I met someone and I started dating someone. Are we saying names? Like, where are we going with this?
Yeah, okay,
I don't know. Okay, so I was dating Mike, and then I feel like I was dating him. I can't really remember, but maybe before you got there. But you knew because
yeah.
We talked. But then once you came to the school, it was like I had to figure out how to balance boyfriend, best friend, boyfriend, best friend.
See.
Now I can look back on it. Then it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm doing the right thing. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm spending a lot of time with this guy, but you guys should know, like, this is my homegirl. This is my relative. This is my best friend, But for some reason, you guys didn't like each other.
Yeah,
I just don't remember.
I don't remember why. He just I just
think you didn't like him. Like, you just don't be liking people, and you just like, that's what it is. I just don't like
that's
you.
Real.
Like,
and it
right?
And I don't think it had anything to do with I was jealous of the time
thing. Right? I don't think so either.
Nah. It was.
I just think you didn't like him.
You know what? Because he's arrogant. He was arrogant.
Yeah, he was. He was
like he thought he was good.
I was laughing so hard because of Airband. Do you remember he had a crew too? Like, he didn't have a crew, but he got people together because he wanted to be in it. And
I remember that.
This is so funny. And they had their routine. And I want to say maybe it was Belle Biv DeVoe or something like that.
Yeah.
But their music stopped, and it like stopped 3 or 4 times in a row. But like,
oh, I can't remember that.
It was like some, like, and he got so. I mean, of course you'll get pissed off, but he was so pissed off. I don't know why that's like embedded in my head. Like, like now it's funny, but of course then it wasn't. But yeah, I just think that you just didn't like him, who he was, and
yeah.
And you were like, he's younger than you.
Yeah, he was. He was like, I mean, in high school, he was 2 years younger. It matters.
I think 2.
He was a grade younger, but 2 years younger.
Maybe I thought maybe 2 grades younger, but no, it couldn't have been that much.
Come on.
It couldn't have been. It couldn't have been that much.
Come on. Yeah, because just thinking about him now irritates me. Like, I don't remember specifics. I mean, beside what we're about to get into, I'm sure that's what you're alluding to.
Right.
but I just remember like, like, I don't know. He just was like, you're not that great, dude. Like what you're putting out there, that energy, you can't back it up. Like to me, it was just like, like, and I think it was not like, you're right. It wasn't a jealousy. It was kind of like, nah, I could do better.
Maybe. Oh man. But I didn't know my worth. I didn't know.
Exactly.
Not to say he was shitty. He was a nice guy and stepping stone.
Of course.
The relationships, all that shit. And I want to say he treated me good.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw him that I remember.
As a tenderoni, a young tenderoni,
The truth about Roni.
That's me. She's a sweet, delicious girl. So yeah, that was definitely me. But I think I probably, in the end of things, probably did him bad. Because then I started talking to Felipe.
Yeah, probably. Because you were like, yeah, probably. So,
but yeah, so this one significant time, there's a football game. And maybe it was homecoming. I don't know. But it was a football game.
Yeah.
And I believe I was sitting with him at the game.
Yeah. And then I don't know if I met you guys there, but I remember the seating. It was you and I on the bleachers. You and I on the night right next to each other.
So maybe me and you were sitting there.
Yeah. So you and I right next to each other. I remember this part. And then he was seated behind you. So he was kind of like in between us, behind us, and the bleacher behind us.
Right.
Yeah.
But I to this day, I don't even know what transpired. I forget.
I can't even remember. But I remember I was upset. He said some shit to me.
Mm-hmm.
He said some foul shit to me. That's what I do know. And all I did, it was shocking. First and foremost, it was shocking. And I had this effect from that point till like,
now.
Probably now. I have this effect on some dudes. They just want to kick my ass, right? Because I don't take their bullshit. Like I don't.
Facts.
I call them out or blah blah blah. I do push their buttons. So, anyways, I don't know what happened, but whatever happened, I did not like it, and it was foul. So I didn't do anything major. This is what kills me, and that's when I was like, that's why I know he was a punk ass bitch, and he showed his true colors. I remember I turned around. He had a cap on, and I remember I turned around and I was like, something.
It or something.
And and all I did was flick a fucking cap, guys. All I did was flick a cap, and then he motherfucker punched me. And we started fighting.
I can't even. I barely remember that. I remember you flicked the cap. I do remember that.
That was it. That was it. I didn't throw the first punch. I didn't do none of that shit.
Like looking like
her eyes just got big. So someone got some issues, and it wasn't me because all I did was flick a cap. I remember it was kind of like he said some shit, but it was like I remember I was trying to brush it off, so I went whatever, click. Like that, and then flicked his cap. I don't even think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't even think, like, did I flick it that it went off his head? I don't even think it was that much, guys.
Not.
It wasn't even that much.
No.
And then that motherfucker, first and foremost, he's higher than me.
Right, like height-wise because of the bleachers.
Because of the bleachers, because I'm on a lower bleacher. And so the motherfucker punches me. So then we start going at it. So it wasn't like, and also he was skinny as fuck. So it was even. It was even Steven.
Oh, for sure.
It was even Steven. Like
you
I
might
know
have had the upper hand.
Oh, I had the upper hand. You know why I know I had the upper hand? Because the next, well, I got suspended. But when I went back to school, I remember Davalos and a couple of my teachers were like calling me Tyson. They're like, shit, Tyson's back.
So you got suspended. He got kicked out because I think you told because he wasn't in our district.
You fucked up, guy. You fucked
You
up.
got to go. You got to go.
Peace. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a snitch, but you came at me for no reason. It was first and foremost uncalled for.
I don't even understand. Like, what was it? I don't, because I didn't feel like for me, it was me. I just felt like, oh, you wasn't feeling him, but then why wasn't he feeling you?
Exactly. And how do you hate me that much? And I'm a woman, I'm a girl, and you're gonna not only punch me, well, you're gonna sucker punch me, first and foremost. Shows what a punk ass he was. And then you're gonna continue to fight me.
He was fighting you on the bleachers like boo, boo, boo.
Yeah,
boo.
we were fighting. They had to separate us.
I mean, I was there, but I just don't remember.
You were probably like what the hell is happening?
Like, stop, you guys. Like, I don't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah. And then I remember I was pissed. I was like, how come nobody was jumping in and pulling us apart? Like, because it was guy against girl. You know what I mean?
We want to watch. We want to see.
Exactly. People are watching.
Oh my gosh.
I guess they thought it was even. So that's okay. I guess they thought it was even. So they're like, yeah, she can take them. Yeah. So I was taking that motherfucker. And then so the fact that you were so upset that you hit a girl and then proceeded to still continue to fight a girl, I'm gonna tell on your ass.
For sure. I'm snitching too. I'm snitching all.
I'm snitching. You know?
Right. Yes.
I wasn't just snitching like, oh, I'm jealous. He's with my relly, and then I'm gonna tell. That's some snitch shit. But when we went to blows, guys. You fucking sucker punched me for no fucking reason. Like, one thing if I just turned around and socked him, go ahead and sock me. If I sock you, sock me.
Yeah, right.
I literally flicked your hat, dude.
I wish I could hear like the other side. I just don't remember. Like, if I haven't talked to him in years.
Reach out. I want to hear his side, his punk ass side.
I don't even know where he is. Like, oh, this is insane. So yeah, I'm gonna try to find him.
Yeah, that's your homework, Riley. That's your homework.
I'm gonna look him up.
I don't know, but my gut says he's still a punk.
Well, you know, he is Muslim. And his name is not Mike.
Oh, what is it now?
I think Malik.
Yeah, Malik's a punk.
So I don't know. So I don't know if he's
Malik
still in
Mike's
that.
Still a punk. I don't care. I have a feeling in my bones. Like he hasn't changed. He hasn't learned. I hope he has though. Like for reals. I hope he has.
I'm sure he has because we talked like as adults.
Uh-huh.
So he was a total different person as an adult. And I remember his mom used to live around the corner from my sister, Tawana.
Oh.
So it was just like, I don't know, but I just lost contact. And last time I seen him,
yeah,
I was like, oh, who are you? Like, I didn't even know who he was.
You couldn't even recognize him?
I didn't. I was like, whoa, okay. And we just kept in contact a little bit. So I don't know where the hell. I don't know, but homework, yeah, for sure. That's good homework.
That is good homework.
You know me, I like to find people. I like to look you up.
Let's find, send me if you have any pictures. I don't know if I have, I don't think I have any pictures.
For me, it just sucks because I'm here, my mom's there. Yeah. I have nothing. I have no pictures. I know for sure, unless I find a yearbook. I do have that. I do have a yearbook. But pictures, I might have a prom picture. Oh,
but I think the only yearbook I have is senior. So that was, I don't know.
Because I think I was just with him.
He might have been gone already, no?
Yeah, I was with him like 11th grade because I was with Felipe at 12th grade.
12th grade. Yeah, so he might not, I don't have it. I don't think I have a picture. I'll look though, but so you guys can get a sense of what he looked like at the time and who I was boxing with. I think I might have snitched because they were like, you're going to get suspended. And I was like, but I didn't I didn't start it.
You don't even live up here anyway.
Exactly. That's how it went down.
At all costs. Like, I'm telling everything.
I'm telling everything because now you're fucking up my shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Me. Don't fuck with my shit.
Because like, I don't live over here anyway. We both don't live over here.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're not fucking our shit, fucker.
Right. That's insane. So yeah, for sure. I'm gonna look this dude up to see what's popping.
That's hilarious. Like,
Did you know he had a kid in high school?
Not with us. I mean, not during that time.
Well,
after you, right?
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
But still, it was high school. It's young. Like, I don't
that
think
sounds kind of familiar. That sounds familiar.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's okay. So yeah,
that's hilarious, dude. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That
I want to see where people are these days. Where are you?
I know. Because that'll be hella interesting. If you find him, take notes of his recollection of his side of the story. But if he's down
we can
to come on the show, I'm down. I'm grown.
For sure.
We can have a grown discussion.
This is really good. Like, I can't wait to be like, I'm so ready
rubbing
to
our
look for
hands
him.
together.
I'm so ready to look for him. So that was like one of the craziest things for me in high school. And it also just taught me, like, okay, how do you deal with this? How do you balance? How does this, it's not only going to be for relationships as a guy and a girl type of deal, like, okay, it's my best friend, boyfriend, but this is also going to help me in the future for
how do you balance your energy?
Best friends. And yes, for sure.
Because your partner in splitting up with their work, with your kids, it was good practice. And it's fascinating, Nye, that we're talking about this because I never knew that you were, I didn't even put in, like, I never stepped into your shoes to think like, oh shit, she was worried. You were worried or dealing with
both sides.
Like, oh shit, I want to spend time with this guy. I really like him. He's my man. But then this is my relative. She just got here. And I'm trying to I didn't know that.
Yeah. And not even only that, like on the weekends, like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got to tell you no so I can spend time with her. Or I got to tell you no so I can spend time with him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then it was complicated because I didn't like him.
Right.
Yeah. So that made it.
You're my bestie. You're my relative. I can't even share, like, oh, let me tell you what we did. Or what, like, you don't want to hear that shit.
Nah, not at all.
Him. Yeah. So, yeah.
I just remember it was like, I'm getting flashbacks of the fight. And I just remember that I was surprised that we didn't break any bones or like twist any ankles because
all on the bleachers.
Because it was on the bleachers, and then we ended up going down a couple of bleachers. Do you know what I mean? It was like, la, 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 la.
Like, I totally remember.
Do you know
that
it?
shit.
And I remember I was like,
yes,
thinking like, holy shit! Like, did homeboy just punch me?
Right?
Did we just
and
fight?
I don't even remember anyone even talking to me about it. Like, okay, whatever. I just remember him saying, "Oh, I got kicked out. I have to go to another school." So then he ended up going to Morris.
Oh, Morris.
Because it was by his house.
Yeah.
So his whole shit, you're right, his whole teenage shit got altered. Like, boom, you got to go to Morris, like mid-school year.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy too.
Yeah. You fucked with the wrong month. You
Period.
You fucked around with the wrong broad.
The times
good times. Okay, yes. So that was one thing we were excited to talk about when we first started doing this. Started doing relatives. We knew that we were eventually going to get to this point where we talk about this fight.
Because that was insane. It was.
But
crazy.
I'm excited that you're going to put on your private investigator hat on. You're good at that shit. And you're going to try to find him and get his side of the story. Minimum find him. Secondary, find him, get his side of the story, take copious notes, and then
cherry on top.
The gold standard is to try to get him on here. I could hear his voice. But that was how he sounded then. Like puberty hadn't hit him.
Oh, so I've talked to him since, so I know he has a really deep voice.
That's crazy.
And like, I don't know, he had braces because he had braces then he got braces again. So
and he had glasses.
Mm-hmm.
He had glasses, braces. He was light-skinned. High top fade. He was light-skinned.
Skinty.
Super skinty.
But all the boys were skinty in high school, mostly.
Yeah.
For the most. We did a lot. But yeah, so
Ooh,
yeah,
I can't
it's
wait.
on. It's on.
That's going to be good. All right then, really. Anything else? Before we
Yeah, I don't
close it
know.
up?
I think this was a good one. I think this is a good one.
I got to think of what the title of this one's going to be. Hilarious. Hilarious. All right then, really.
Good talks. Good talks.
And now, introducing
The Supernatural Bear Corner. Supernatural Bear.
Hello everyone, I am SMB16 or the Supernatural Bear, and thank you for listening to the end. As a reward, today I'm going to talk about some good old music. Yes. So, quick music story. When I was little, my mom introduced me to Hall & Oates, and I oofing loved it. I loved it so much. And it always seemed familiar to me. And it's probably because I was alive in the 70s as someone else. I don't know. But now whenever something's really good and or it's actually dangerous, like maybe a dog that will bite you, or some delicious Mexican wedding cookies, I would always say, "They're dangerous." Yeah. Anyway, that is one of the stories that I had planned, and actually that was kind of the only story I had planned. So, time to wrap it up. Thank you again for listening to this new episode of Word to Your Mama, and we will see you in the next episode. And Patreon supporters, I'm so sorry we don't have the new Patreon supporters video out. It's been so long. We've been really busy, but we will hopefully get that out to you very, very soon. Anyway, goodbye.
Shooby-doos. Yeah. There you have it, folks. That was episode 80, Word to Your Mama, and Relative 16. Let me just preface this section by saying I don't condone violence now, only when absolutely necessary. Right? Crazy story. Thinking about it now, since we recorded this episode, I really don't know how I didn't sprain an ankle. I'm clumsy anyways. So as I'm, trying to defend myself and I'm in a fight on bleachers, I don't know. I don't know how that happened. Also, Supernatural Bear. I think the gist, as I was editing and listening to a section, I think the gist is that he loves 80s and 90s music, because Hall & Oates has nothing to do with Belle Biv DeVoe, but he always brings them up. It's like, and every time he says something like that, I'm like, my job here is done as a parent. Super cute. So yeah, thank you for listening. Different ways to support, guys. You can donate directly. You can go to our store. Please believe it. The shirts and tanks are back, kids. They are back. We have I Am My Ancestors' Vengeance, and we also have Soy un Milagro in shirt and tank. Flattering tank. We got the shirts or V-necks, kids, because I know what we need. The ladies, I know what we need. Fellas, if you guys are interested, I can also make them in a unisex form. But ahorita we have them as, for the ladies with the V-necks and then the Razorback tanks. So go there. I think if you do code WTYM, you get 10% off your order. Check that out. Also, you can become a patron. For sure. Patreons for sure. We're going to be giving you the much deserved video that we promised. And then also you can buy us a whiskey via Buy Me a Coffee. And the free way to support, there's a couple of ways. You can go on Good Pods and subscribe on there. And Good Pods is kind of, think of like a social podcasting app. So Apple, sometimes, when you listen on there, it sucks and you have to do different settings for all the different shows. Spotify is kind of limited. You have to have an account for paid account if you don't want to have the commercials. But on Good Pods, you can go on, follow me, we could see what each other's listening to. I can make playlists and be like, oh, these are playlists of episodes of not just Word to Your Mama, but other podcasts, and say like, oh, these are, I can entitle it Dope Ass Latinas or something like that, right? There's someone that I follow. I follow actually one of the founders of Good Pods, and she has a great playlist of Web3 podcasts and stuff like that. So you could do that for free. Follow. And, we were just featured as the team, the Good Pods team, top pick of that day. And it happened to be the 17th. It happened to be my birthday. So it was a gift upon gifts. And then another free way is to leave reviews on all the different platforms. And then beyond that, tell your folks, tell your peeps, tell your friends. And as always, we reap.
Word to Your Mama is owned and produced by Ritzy P. Intro beat produced by Nico Beats. If you want to know more, you want to email us, you want to get the media kit, go head over to wordtoyourmama.com. Word to Your Mama is now part of the Latina Podcasters Network. And as always, Word to Your Mama is brought to you by RitzyPeriwinkle.com.